covered in snow right now. Hey guys, so today I'm going to be working on starting my seedlings for February. It is the end of February. I'm definitely getting a little bit of a late start, but I have a really good reason for that. We've got a little autumn girl here, so she keeps me really busy, as I'm sure you can imagine. But what I'm going to do today is we're going to transform this light rack from what we currently are using it for, which is storage, into this top shelf being a semi greenhouse for my seedlings. So the previous owner left some pretty decent industrial fabric here that has a nice like coating on the back side of it. So what I'm gonna do is line this whole top shelf with that fabric, as well as the top and bottom, and try to make a little bit of a greenhouse effect. As you can see, we got our lights up here already. So yeah, that's what I'll be doing today before I get my seedlings planted. Okay, so here's the final product, if you will, with it all lined. So I did the top of the rack, I did all sides, bottom, and then gave myself a nice little flap to open and close. As you saw in the video, I had to add an extra strip on both sides. That's because I realized once I had this front on that if I just ended it at this corner, then I'm gonna be allowing a lot of heat to come out of the sides here. But by bringing it in a little bit, it kind of overlaps and helps to protect it. Now this fabric is still rolling a little bit, so I'm gonna have to try to press it down to try to get it to just lay flat. But here it is, and I think it's gonna work well. I could just throw up that top and then access my seedlings. Now it's time to get to planting. So for my seedlings, I'm being resourceful and using toilet paper rolls and paper towel rolls. And what I'm doing is just kind of folding them into a square, and then folding the bottoms in which they stay closed, and then I'll put my soil in here. I did this last year as well as using the K-pods, and I found that using these worked a lot better because I could cut down the side and access the seedling without having to pull it out. I noticed with the K-cups, although they worked really well, they do have a filter in them, and my roots kind of grew through that filter. So when I pulled out my seedlings to transplant them, I felt like I was ripping their roots, and although they did good transplanting them, I'd rather not do that. So I am using this method this year. Alright, I got all my seedlings planted. I went with my regular toilet paper and paper towel rolls, and then I also did this like seedling snail. I saw it online. It looked really cool because you can do a bunch of seedlings in a pretty small space. So everything that I planted over here, I also did here. As you can see, I've got onions here, I got onions here. So we're just gonna test it out and see how it goes. Now it's time to water.